Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for tuning into another episode of the Dumpster Diaries. As always, I'm Justin Allen. I'm here with Moses Wartooth, and we, like we've been doing, want to start off with something a little entertaining, and this video, man, is entertaining.
Yeah, if you were, you'll see, but if you were this person, you would need to change of pants, to say the least.
Holy crap, man. Like, could you imagine just minding your own business and this happens?
Yeah.
Dude, oh my gosh, man. Let's go ahead and we'll roll that footage, man, and watch it, but that'll get your adrenaline pumping real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that is the perfect, like, we keep that pulled up for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That is the perfect logo on the side of that van for that to be happening.
Yeah. It says, neighborly, your hub for home services.
Dude, that is a hell of a freaking advertisement right there.
I mean, I guess they created some work for themselves, dude.
By the way, you know, there's worse people to get fucking hit by or plowed through like your house, you know what I mean? You might as well have like a handyman service, you know? Like,
I mean, there seemed to be like no brakes, no nothing, because they just plowed straight through that shit.
Dude, speaking of like our, you know, of this happening or whatever, you know, like our scheming mentality that we usually have, right? Mm-hmm. From our old days in the past or whatever. But, dude, think about the payday. Like if a business ran into your house like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
She should have just immediately fell to the ground. Oh, my neck!
He didn't even touch her.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh fuck!
You see her on camera just stand still and then just push herself backwards, like fly back.
Those videos where like you started seeing it when dash cams came out, but like, you know, guys, you know, were coming up to stop at like a crosswalk or whatever, and then like pedestrians would just like fall into the car.
Oh yeah,
you see it a lot in like Asia and shit like that or whatever. It's like cool. Like, what the fuck are we doing right now? You know.
She like runs and slides under the truck real quick, like, oh my god, my legs.
Yeah, dude, that's wild, man. Like, imagine, I mean, like, dude, like you're just in your backyard minding your own business, you're like not bothering anybody, and next thing you know, Fallujah, like, you know, coming in, like, fuck, dude. Like, it's like a fucking Taliban with a fucking IED and a fucking van coming through, dude.
What if they had like jumped out and been like, "Where's the emergency man?" Like acting like she called.
Play it off like it's a commercial, you know, like, oh, this is not the set we're supposed to be at. Holy shit, you know. But yeah, man, I don't know, but like, because you know those businesses are always insured out the ass and stuff. Like, I wouldn't be trying to go after someone's job, like, but damn, brother, like, that's a civil suit from hell, dude.
Yeah.
Like, be like, yo, my mental anguish because my pool is inoperable right now is unbearable, okay?
Like, I don't even feel safe sitting on my back porch anymore. I'm having flashbacks.
Daddy needs to soak. Daddy needs to soak, and I can't, you know? Dude, like, or like even better, like if you got like a call Saul lawyer or whatever.
Yeah.
Get like, oh, wear this neck brace, like come in here with these crutches or whatever. You know.
Dude, I feel like a lot more lawyers and shit are like that than what they are led to believe.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they all want their payday.
Bro, I remember this. All right, this is kind of like tidbit of like a little sad story, but like trust me, it goes back to being funny. But so like when my mom passed away, right? Like I'd never like heard from an attorney, none of this. Like there was one time I heard about like a family attorney, like where like my grandfather and my mother set up a will, but you know it was very basic stuff. Like I never met them, you know, and dude, as soon as she passed away because it was an accident. Dog, my mailbox, there was one day I could barely get the mail out of my mailbox because they call them ambulance chasers. Have you heard of this shit?
Yep.
This should be illegal. At the time, it really fucking pissed me off. I called a few of them, was like, you do not fucking mail me shit. Like, I hate you people. I hate everything about you.
I hate what you stand for.
You know, like, yeah, you know, and so, but yeah, it was just, like 1-800 who gives a fuck, like if you or someone you know been hurt in an automobile accident, like
you
whatever,
may be entitled to compensation.
Yeah, dude. And it was all that, and I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, leave me alone. Like, and then I kind of felt like You just fucking with these families. These families are already like dealing with enough shit.
Yeah, I mean they're already like distraught as it is, and you're fucking worming in there trying to make some money out of it. Like,
but dude, I just remember like the bundle that was in there, like, and I felt bad for the mail lady. I actually apologized because I knew them at the time. I knew the mail lady on the route, and I was like, I am so sorry, and she was like, it ain't your fault. Like, but I think at one point I'm trying to. You know what the size of a banker box?
Yeah.
Okay, I had like one of those full like inside of a week from just like flyers and shit. And I was like, how do they get this information? How do they know?
Are there secretaries like perusing obituaries and shit like
They
in the
have
paper?
to be. Because like, dude, she passed away and it was like the next day. Like, I mean, there were stamps on some of these letters and shit, like time stamps, like, well, you know, dates and stuff.
Dude, they were probably fucking expediting that mail, trying to be the first one in there.
They're like, oh, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. And I was just like,
hand delivering shit
man,
out there.
You're fucking pieces of shit. I mean, no doubt. I mean, good thing, you know, lawyers exist when you have a legitimate claim and stuff. But it's like, in my particular situation, like, it was just an accident and it was just her. Like, no one else was
There was
involved.
no one at fault.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were just coming at me like, I was like, dude, and it was just like a mailbox full of Saul Goodmans, dude. And I was like, these guys are fucking pieces of shit,
dude. Those late night TV commercial lawyers, man, they have some epic ass commercials, dude. Have you seen any of them?
I haven't watched cable in years, man.
Like,
no, so I remember like when I was younger, like seeing some of the crazy ones. Or whatever,
like there would be dudes like there was one. It was like you could tell it was heavily just cheap production value, but it was funny for what it was. But there was like the main lawyer dude was like climbing on the back of an 18-wheeler while it was just hammering down the road, and he was like, "Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident?" And he was just fucking surfing on top of that bitch. Or there was another one where there was like had like 3 junkyard dogs. Just he was like standing there talking, and then he was like allowing himself to about to be injured from the dogs, and he was like, if you've been in an accident, give me a call, I'm the strong arm, we're gonna get you the money you deserve.
there's in our area of East Texas, like, I actually call them by name because fuck these guys, Batters Law Firm,
dude. That was the motherfucker on top of the truck.
Those guys can suck my fucking dick, dude. Fuck, they're pieces of shit.
They are Saul Goodman, like that's
it's an entire family. Like, it's a dad, his son, and then I think his daughter's, like, husband. But they're all, like, pieces of shit. Like, yeah, those guys should literally be taken off the streets and beat. Fuck those guys. They're pieces of shit. They've fucked over so many people in our town, like... And it's, like, not just our town. Like, it was all the East Texas
No, I mean,
region.
they got billboards all over the place.
From, like, Shreveport all the way down to Houston.
Yeah,
like, they cover that entire area because we're kind of, like, in the middle of that shit, you know? But, like... Dude, yeah, those guys are pieces of shit, man. Like, I don't want to get too much into it. I'm not calling for, like, doxing, but if anybody was bored, you know, like, you could probably start there. You'd probably get no complaints out of the general public from those fucking pieces of shit, dude.
Hell, they'll probably sue you and get money.
Yeah, you know, probably from what I just said, you know, which I said condone, you know, no violence, no extortion, no doxing, but fuck those guys, man. They're just pieces of shit. Every day I drive by, I see their billboard. I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, how can you morally, like, do this shit to people? And, like, they fuck.
Come on, man. You can't be a moral lawyer anyways.
I don't know, man. Look at RFK Jr., dude. He was an environmental lawyer. Come on,
that's
man. Like,
different. And plus, I'm talking about, mainly I'm talking about criminal lawyers. Like, whenever you have to back somebody that you know did that shit, and there's, like, all the evidence is there, and they're like, I did it, and you're like, no, man, you didn't. We're gonna win this shit. Don't tell me that.
You remember back in the day when I was talking about going to law school?
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude, it kind of got wild, like, when you really got into it, and I talked to, like, a few lawyers and stuff, and I was really considering it, taking my background in political science, and then be like, well, because most lawyers have a degree in, like, political science and history, or political science or history. Some will do, like, pre-law, which, low-key is, don't waste your time. You don't need to do that. But, like, so, you know... And one of my friends is an immigration attorney, like, in town and stuff. Like, he literally helps people who have immigration issues or whatever. And so I got to talking to him or whatever. But, dude, it's wild when you get into it. Like, because you think, like, okay, like, to represent someone like that and you know they're guilty, obviously, like, a normal, moral human would be like, fuck that.
But it's your job.
But it's your job. And then the fact is, it's like... It's not even about the person. It's you keeping the government in check.
Yeah.
And making sure the government... And that was like a whole mentality to try to get into. Because I didn't really want to do criminal. Like, I wanted to do more of, like, intellectual, like, you know,
like patent type stuff, or like
yeah, man,
copyright shit.
Yeah, that's what I want to get into, and like especially take like the sciences and like go with that and stuff, because that's such a underrepresented like area of law, and it's super lucrative if you can get into it. Like super, like you could really start out making some serious fucking money. Like it would make Silicon Valley jobs look like a drop in the bucket, dude. But I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it was just a weird mentality, dude. And then after a while of talking to these guys, and they were cool, you know, and like college kind of always talked up law school. Like, you got to study so fucking hard. Like, you got to be the best, the best, the best. Like, I felt like I was in SEAL training half the time, dude. Like, I was like, come on, dude. Like,
I mean, they do have public defenders, man. Like,
yeah. And then, like, one of my buddies is actually the guy who is an immigration attorney. He was just like, dude, it's not that hard. He said his undergraduate was harder than his actual law school. He was like, dude, he's like, you just got to show up. He's like, you got to read. And he's like, you got to write. And he said, if you can talk, then you're good.
Yeah.
He's like,
because a lot of it is like public speaking shit. You have to sell the case.
Yeah, there's like a whole thing where they talk about like tort and bravado and stuff. Like, how do you carry yourself when you walk in and stuff, you know? Because you just can't come in there all slouched over.
You have to be fucking confident, like, this motherfucker's innocent. He didn't do this.
He didn't kill those 13 people.
Like, I know he's got that baby's blood all over his body, but he did not do that shit. He's an innocent man.
So yeah, I'm glad I kind of flushed that fucking dream down the toilet. I was like, nah, we're good.
Dude,
it'd been cool to walk those shoes for like a week or two, but like,
sure.
I think living it as a career, I think
it would be depressing after a while, knowing that you like saved these pieces of shit.
Yeah, especially if you did like I said, once again, I had no interest in criminal whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because of that, I was like, dude, I don't want to defend like a fucking sexual predator or like a child molester or like a murderer, and then them get off, and then me knowing that they're guilty and I can't say anything.
You help them get off for what you said, even though
just
you knew it was lies.
I jammed the government up in a fucked up corner.
You fucking found them a loophole or whatever the fuck.
Like, God, dude, the whole justice is fucked up. But the patent stuff, I was like, yeah, dude, I'll rock that shit all day.
I mean, that would probably be pretty good.
You know, like especially like, because I was thinking more of like when foreign governments try to use like patent like American technology and stuff like that.
Oh, like China?
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck that. Wahoo? Is that how you say it?
China would be like, no, speak English. I don't know.
Is that what it was called? The Wahoo? Oh fuck! What was their like cell phones like where like all their tech was like banned by the federal government?
Oh,
Wahai? Fuck!
I don't know,
what was it? It started with a W, man. But Trump like did an executive order, was like, nope, we're not using any of this shit, because they found that even like their routers had like spyware, and like,
yeah, I do remember that shit.
Our military was using their shit actively, you know, and they were like, yeah, like, no, we're not doing this anymore, you know. So, but yeah, I don't know, I kind of liked it, but you know, whatever, is what it is. I don't know. We went from like someone crashing their yard to talking about like my fucking old dreams of like going to law school, you know, which turns out podcasting is actually a lot more cooler, guys. So. Yeah. But I don't know, man. We got another video. This one actually kind of pisses me off, though.
It has to deal with the law.
It does. It does.
How the judicial system is totally fucked.
Yeah. PS2, have you ever seen like a little sidebar? Have you ever seen like the videos of people getting pulled over and stuff, and like the cops are kind of like trying to be assholes, and the guy is like an Uber driver? There's a famous video about it. The guy's an Uber driver, and the guy like shows him like his bar like certified like card in the state, and he's like, I'm an attorney, and the cop's like, oh, you're an attorney? And they're just like instantly change. Like they're like, yeah, we're not fucking with this guy. You know? And he was like, yeah,
here's a warning. Drive safe out there, guys.
The guy was just Ubering to pay off his student loans or whatever, you know. But
yeah,
I don't know. There's a big swinging dick coming through there. But anyway, yeah, let's roll this fucking next footage, man, because this one, I don't know, man.
Raises some questions, man.
It pisses me off.
Just the hypocrisy of it all. Happy Pride Month. Whoa, look at him go.
3 teens in Spokane charged with felonies for leaving scooter marks on Pride mural facing 10 years in jail.
Look at those little scooters too, man.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's just fucking kids. And those are the scooters you rent.
Yeah, they were.
So the city signed off on having those. You know what I mean?
But it's a scooter. I guarantee I would love to see the scooter marks. What are they, fucking this wide by 6 inches long, dude?
It's like those things fade away anyway, you know? Like, god damn it, dude. Fucking Washington, dude. Like, that whole, like, West Coast, man. Washington, Oregon, California. I don't know. My heart goes out to the Northern California.
I was going to say, I think, like, Northern California, as far as I know, is still good.
I liked them. When I was there, they were more, like, conservative. They were, like, I called them conservative hippies.
Well, actually, yeah, it's the coast, because Washington and Oregon, the inside
Yeah.
The East Side is actually, they're pretty fucking good too.
Yeah.
Which actually, was it Oregon? I think it was Oregon that they were wanting to be included. They were wanting to like basically secede and be included in part of Iowa because their ideologies were the same.
Yeah, I remember that.
shit?
Yeah. That'd be fucking dope.
Just get a goddamn crayon and fucking extend Iowa out bigger.
Yeah, dude, if you live in those fucking places, I feel for you. If you live in those places and you found yourself this far into our episode and watch our show,
Surprising.
we can get along, brother. That's all I'm saying. Like, holy shit. But man, like, what?
Felonies for leaving scooter marks on a pride mural.
Kids, man. Kids.
Not so much that, but the people that were vandalizing statues and writing Free Palestine on the fucking statue, or Abraham Lincoln and all that shit.
Probably happened in the same city. Spokane, Washington, not going to be fucking surprised, man. You know, like, and it's like, at what point the law, they're facing 10 years in jail. Like, you saw
riding a scooter on a pride flag that was fucking crayoned or chalked or whatever the fuck it was on the road.
Yeah, dude. It's, oh my God. Like, is this the fucking world we're living in now, dude?
And my second question is, it's on a goddamn road. People drive on that shit every day.
Yes,
if it was
dude.
like, I don't know, on the fucking side of a building or something.
I can't do it. I was trying to be super positive this episode. I was trying to go into it. Do our 2024.
There's plenty of opportunities to be positive, but now is not the time.
Our 2024 like New Year's resolution: be more positive. I'm trying not to be angry and like start ranting or some shit, but like this shit just pisses
ridiculous,
me off.
man.
And it's like the fact like. I get it, man. Like, I'm not anti-police by any fucking means whatsoever. And, like, honestly, we grant police, like, a certain level of authority in this country that we don't have as citizens because we know their job is difficult and the shit they have to do. And I don't know. But, like, when I start seeing this shit, I'm like, what the fuck? And it's not the police's fault.
No, not at all.
Because their job is just to enforce the law. It's the motherfuckers who make the law.
Because you know damn... Well, okay, I don't know, Spokane, but you know damn well at least some of them cops were like, why the fuck am I having to do this right now?
Yeah. God, that's why I'm so glad we didn't become cops. Because when we got out of the military, we actually talked about it.
Yeah, but there's just no way, man.
Not now. I mean, like, maybe right out of the military, I would have been miserable, man.
I would have been taking bribes. So.
Yeah. I'd have been letting people off the hook. I'd have been like
drugs, give me that shit and get on out of here, kid. You're good.
Like, literally no one drinks and drives on Justin Allen's route. Like, you know? Especially if we teamed up
from the hours of 3 to 11. No DUIs, man.
This is amazing. It's amazing. No one like has drugs in their car and no one has DUIs. Like, it's amazing, you know? I don't fucking know, man. You imagine if we both became cops and then we were like, I don't know, partnered up or some shit.
Oh man, it'd be like some training day shit.
Yeah, because you got out of the military a few years before me, so you could have been like a supervisor.
I could have been like, I could have essentially trained you if we both went into the force.
Bro, I would have pretended like we didn't know each other. I would just be like straight up.
I'd have been like, oh cool, I get the fucking rookie. Send his ass over here.
That fucking piece of shit.
Be like, yo, what up, man? We're in the car.
We in the car. Woo! Because that was back in the day.
We gonna ride on some bitches today.
That was before they had body cam footage, man.
True.
You could roll deep, baby.
Yeah.
Deep, motherfucker.
Be like, all right,
we
man.
could be busting these fucking kids right now, putting them 10 years in prison.
Be like, all right, dude, I printed off the list of sex offenders. We're gonna go over here and rough them up.
We're gonna shake them down. You know, like, all bills about to get paid. This is also why we're not cops at all, and we don't work in law enforcement by any means or associated with it. Thank God. It's too tempting. It's too tempting, you know. But
I take the law into my own hands.
I don't know, man. Like it's getting extensive too, man. It's like this kind of reminds me. What's up?
It's just the double standard on the shit that pisses me off, man.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, what? My thing is like, there comes a point where I get there's laws, but you have to be logical. I mean, this is why we have juries.
Well, people are picking and choosing the laws to enforce now.
Yeah, for sure.
They're picking and choosing who to enforce them upon based on your fucking religious beliefs, your political beliefs.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, and some people will be like, oh, you know, it's bullshit. But I mean, like, there was like just for example, just bringing it up, the whole IRS scandal during the Obama administration. Remember when they were attacking the Tea Party specifically and they were auditing all those members? Because it was literally just a opposition, like an opposing political party, and they were like, oh no, we got to make sure we just keep these people on the ground, and they got fucking sued out their ass for that shit because they got caught doing something.
As they should.
Yeah. But I don't know. Do I feel bad for the cops in Spokane for that fucking video? Sure. I mean, as long as I understand what they were doing was like fucking retarded, man. And it's like...
Just imagine if there was cameras around when we were kids.
Dude, fuck no, man. We'd be doing 25 to life.
We did a lot more shit than ride around on a fucking gay flag, man. Like,
dude, yeah, man. I fucking lived a life when I was a kid, man. Like, in like my late teenage years and like, my early 20s. And I was like, it really kind of went on, Every once in a blue moon might have a crazy night and then pops back up. But, yeah, dude. Dude, we're so much calmer now, like compared to how we were. Like, we were like, I think if we didn't like go to work how we did, like at our age, like, dog, there ain't no one of us would be sitting in a jail cell like right now.
I mean, dude, I was literally facing prison time before I left for the military. That was part of that was how I didn't get charged. I was supposed to leave a week prior.
Everyone thought it was bullshit when I told him because I got in trouble too. And then like literally the judge who had my shit, like the recruiters showed up to my court case and was like, he's going to the military. And the judge asked the recruiters, like, is he actually enlisted going? And the recruiter's like, he's leaving in a fucking week. Mm-hmm. Like, he's getting on that plane. Like, don't worry. And like, and the judge was like, cool. Like, he gave me like a break. I mean, I was 18. I was dumb, but like, what I did wasn't really even. There was no victim. Let's put it that way. Like, and
mine was drug shit. I'll be honest.
Yeah, mine was just dumbass. And like, I don't even want to get into it.
They weren't even mine either, man.
I was just being a little hoodlum, dude, little gangster running around, and so yeah, and he was just like, all right, man, like basically he lowered the charge to like a misdemeanor, and he was like, you got to pay the fine. He was like, cough up to it, like, and the judge was cool. He was like, just fucking pay it and move on.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. And,
better your life, son.
Yeah, man. And but he gave me like a stern talking to. Like, he was like, I want to talk to you in, like, basically in my chambers when you're done. Like, in my chamber, like his office. It's like some medieval torture. And that, to this day, is the sternest talking to I've ever had in my entire life. So he talked, and then when I went into his office, I saw his medals, and there was pictures of him from Vietnam.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, and he was just like an old school. He was smoking indoors and shit. I mean, the guy's dead.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me shit.
Yeah,
he's in my chamber.
After like a decade when I moved back, I tried to look him up and find him because I was going to thank him and be like, hey, man, like, thanks. Like, that's how judges should be. Like,
that's how they used to be.
Yeah.
That's how they used to be.
And not putting fucking kids in prison facing 10 years for fucking riding a scooter. Are you shitting me? Like, god damn, brother. But the guy, he scared me straight, dude. He was like, I never want to see, and he cussed. And everyone like knew him in our town and stuff, and he was a stand-up dude. Very religious, but he cussed, man. And it's like
he was in Nam, dude.
Something about a dude who never cusses when they do cuss, that carries some fucking
it fucking opens your eyes, man.
Like if I say fuck, no one gives a shit, but like like a pastor does, that's like, oh shit. And
he says it with feeling.
Yeah, and he was like, I never want to see you in my fucking courtroom again. And he was like, get out of here. And he was like, enjoy it. And he actually told me, he said it'll be some of the best years and the worst years of your life.
Wasn't lying.
No doubt. But I don't know. The legal system in America is always like wiki wonky, So it depends on where you're at. It really depends on where you're at.
It depends on where you're at.
Like we grew up down in like the South and Texas and stuff. So
we got lucky because it was still a little bit old school.
Yeah, and you could say like some bullshit. You could be like, oh, that's like some sort of privilege. It wasn't.
It's not.
No, because we were in the long scheme of things. You and I were looking at a whole different sentence. Like, at least like when you get done with jail after like 4 years, you're done. You know, versus like we strings attached for years to come or whatever. But we made the best out of it. We did good.
Yeah, whenever I went, I had like the judge dropped my shit, and then after I came back from basic, he was like, I want to talk to you.
He followed up with that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope,
So
man.
after I got out of basic and came back home on leave, I went up there and thanked him, and I was like, thank you so much. Like, this changed my life.
It's an eye-opener.
Yeah.
And
he was like, all right. He was like, I just wanted to make sure, like, follow up and check in on you and see you.
That's a good judge, man.
Yeah.
fuck, man. Like, like we grant these guys the authority. We vote them into office. They should be able to make these decisions. And like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's a case by case basis, but it's literally a case by case basis. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have uniform standards for 400 million people. It just doesn't fit, because you get some guys who just are stand up guys and they just had a bad night, man. Yeah. Like, it doesn't define them as a person. Like, really, anyone can turn around and change and do whatever they want. For sure. Like, we all make mistakes or whatever, but...
And again, like, depending on what it is, I mean, there are actions that if a kid does it, there's no excuse. Like, there are certain things that a kid or young person can do that they need to serve, like, they need to be punished.
Well, that's why they have, like, especially, like, with, like, cases of murders when kids, they could prove were fully aware, like, a 16,
they'll trauma as an adult.
You'd be like, you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like, and I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, okay, you knew what you were doing.
Like, at 16, you know what killing somebody is.
Yeah, like, exactly. Unless you were, like, absolutely retarded, you know what you're doing, Yeah. And even then, I don't know, it's Texas, dude. We fry retards like it's going out of style down here.
True, man. Crispy critters.
I think we still have the electric chair, right?
Yeah, we do.
Like, and it's Tom Segura had a bit about it, actually. No, think about it. I think Tom Segura talked about it, like, one of his specials. Now that I think about it, like, we kill retarded people, like, at an exorbitant rate, like, in Texas. Like, we're just like, woo, like, just flipping that switch, man. But I don't know. I still have faith in this country, even though, like, especially now, the courts being...
Things are looking bad.
Looking bad. I still have faith that no matter who you are, if you get jammed up and you walk into a courtroom, like, you're all equal. You know what I mean? Like, it's every man gets his day in court kind of thing, right? Now, if you get arrested outside of Houston versus, let's just say, the Hamptons, it might go a little different, dude.
Yeah.
And if you're a celebrity, it probably is going to be a little different, just like this case we're about to talk about, man, because this one is interesting. It's really not that bad.
No,
it's not.
It's just a man trying to make a living.
He's just having a good time. Just had a bad night. It doesn't define him.
He was once at the top of the charts, one of the biggest names in music. But when Justin Timberlake was pulled over on Sunday night, the cop who arrested him for DWI had no idea who he was. Allison Hall reports.
We're learning new details about Justin Timberlake's drunk driving arrest. The 43-year-old pop star was with friends at the American Hotel in the Hamptons. He reportedly came for drinks around 11:15 p.m. Timberlake allegedly got so wasted, he downed his companion's drink. When his friend returned from the bathroom, he reportedly said, Justin, like, that's my drink. Surveillance video showed Timberlake driving down Main Street. The officer who pulled him over was described as so young, he didn't even know who the pop star was. Court documents obtained by Inside Edition show that Timberlake listed his address as Franklin, Tennessee, outside Nashville. His occupation, professional. His employer, self-employed. Another court document shows he refused a breathalyzer test 3 times. In doing so, he was informed that the refusal results in the immediate suspension and subsequent revocation of his license. Devoted fans of his ex-girlfriend Britney Spears seem to be taking delight in Timberlake's arrest, sending her 2011 hit Criminal up to number 69 on the iTunes pop charts. And is Britney herself mocking the arrest? She shared a photo of a cocktail and her legs in a pool with the caption, "It's the little things, you know?" CBS Morning's Gayle King is coming to Justin's defense.
But Justin Timberlake is a really, really great guy. Listen, this is clearly a mistake. I bet nobody knows it more than he.
A stupid mistake.
Exactly, and he knows that. But he's not an irresponsible person. He's not reckless. He's not careless.
Dude, I don't know. Where do you want to start with this, man?
I mean, realistically, who gives a shit? A famous person gets pulled over for a DUI, like, that happens every damn day.
Yeah, and so, all right, so here's the reality. This is where the libertarian mindset's going to come out. I'm also about to, this is a good part of the pod to start pulling out the brewskis, because I'm going to have a drink. But this is the libertarian side of me, just fucking, here, just a thought, all right? Thought experiment. No victim, no crime. He didn't hit anyone. He didn't hit anything. He didn't damage any property. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like nothing was. Now, should he have been doing it? Fuck no, of course not. You fucking retarded. You're worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
He should have had a driver.
Yeah, you fucking retard.
Get over. Come Come on.
Dude, let me make 6 figures a year. I'm hiring a fucking driver. That's $100,000 a year. If I was worth $100 million, that's a different goddamn story. Dude, what the fuck is his net worth? You want to look it up?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, let's Google it. I know we hate Googling shit while
And
we're doing
he's on tour right now, too.
Yeah.
He's actively on tour.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Like, it's like, why wouldn't, like, dude.
$250 million.
Dude, all right, man. Like, let me tell you something.
Oh, shit. In 2022, he sold his entire music catalog for $100 million.
On top of that 250?
I mean, it saes 250 in 2024.
But he had a... so 2 years ago, he got a $100 million deal.
Yes. And he's on tour now.
Ooh, baby.
And
like,
you can't hire a driver.
You
can't
got
call
the
Uber.
fucking walking around with a Liberian deficit in your fucking pocket, dude. Like, come on, man. You can bail out a country like Somalia, dude.
We all make mistakes, but come on, if you're a $250 million 43-year-old man, come on, man.
Fucking retarded, man. And like, honestly, like, here's the thing, man. Like, you know, your boy goes out. I enjoy a good time, but I would not, if I had a fraction of that money, right? Like, this is just what I would do. Like, you know, like when celebrities start getting big or whatever, like, you know, they get a security team, they get entourage. They get like another team to like handle like all their social media, start cleaning up their past, make sure there's not negative shit coming out, whatever, you know, like media, PR, all that crap. Dude, I think my first thing is if I was going to be going out and having a good time, dude, I honestly think I would just hire 3 drivers, 8-hour shifts each. You're on call 24/7. Here's a guest house, like you bunk in, like it's nice, like it's all decked out, but it's like you, when you're in that 8 hours, you're on call to drop me off, pick me up where the hell I'm going. Or here's a fucking crazy idea: use Uber. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you want to talk about making a dude's day? Be an Uber driver and pick up Justin Timberlake.
I mean, they have the fucking luxury
like, yeah,
Ubers. You could fucking have that shit and just not have to talk to nobody.
When we took our last trip to Austin, we were fucking around with all the comedy stuff, man, like stand up and everything. Dude, like we did Uber a couple times, like to go try like
trying to drive. Yeah,
fuck trying to drive.
First, fuck trying to drive. Second off, we're not stupid and we're not gonna drink and drive.
Yeah,
like, that's dumb.
And
as
it was
fuck.
like the middle of the day, like too. It's just like we don't know the city like that well, like a little bit, but it's just traffic. I'd rather just hire a local who's like from there, who knows that shit.
And again,
boom, boom, boom.
Then it ain't our responsibility.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I don't care if he crashes. That's whatever. As long as I don't die, like we're good to go.
Speaking of that, man, we should give a shout out to those burger joints we tried.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. So there's always like just like a sidebar, but like there's always that what is it, the East Coast, West Coast, between like you typically see it's definitely In-N-Out for West Coast, and then you'll see like Carl's Jr. and or Whataburger for the East Coast like side thing, right? All right, but we also, so when we were down there, we ate In-N-Out. We've clearly had Whataburger because we're from Texas, right? But we tried this thing. It was like what is it? NADC burger, like not a damn chance burger.
That was what it was.
And it was really good, man. So I don't know, man. What's the verdict in your opinion, dude? Man, you gotta settle this.
Not a damn chance burger was fucking good. It was greasy as shit.
But we were also hungover as fuck when we went in there.
Yeah, so I was all about that grease at that time. I was like, God damn, this is good. But it's fucking Wagyu beef too. So you know.
Yeah, that was not like I bought better shit at Walmart.
Yeah.
But it was tasty. It was like delicious or whatever. But In-N-Out, man.
But I will say, In-N-Out has it's a cleaner looking burger. That shit was tasted fucking good, and it was like significantly cheaper.
Yes, because it was
like surprisingly cheap, actually.
I think your meal was like $6 and mine was like $8.
Yes, all I got was a fucking burger. I got the fucking burger, and it was like $6.
And I got like a burger with like a drink, because I don't think you even got a drink. You were just like, I'm just getting the fucking burger. You know? So I don't know, man. I don't know if you had to pick, man. Get Whataburger's out. Whataburger's trash compared to this.
Whataburger's expensive as fuck, and
it takes too goddamn long. And it's just like, they're like, oh, we make it fresh. Like, yeah, but you're making fresh dog shit.
I mean, I don't want to pay fucking $12, $14 for a goddamn hamburger.
Yeah, dude.
From a fast food joint.
It's insane because
like I can literally go to like Chili's or fucking Applebee's and get a burger
for that same price.
Yeah. And it's
like an actual meal.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Legit, and you can tell us, like, dude, I love Chili's.
They cooked it with some love.
I love Chili's.
I like Chili's too, man.
Dude, you realize the entire time we've been doing this pod, like, I fucking have talked up Chili's, like, nonstop. Like, you know how many times that's come up in conversation? Like, I fucking
We talk a lot of shit, but never about Chili's.
Never about Chili's.
Chili's, you watching this, you sponsor our ass. We love you guys.
Dude, did you see that shit in the news where they were talking about shutting down some of their locations?
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody was freaking out because they thought it was the one in our town. And I was the only one out there. I was like, no, like, don't do this. Like,
You're gonna fucking chain yourself to the restaurant.
Like those hippies trying to like stop
dude.
like the trees from getting cut down or whatever. Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. And I talked to my boy who works there. He's like the head bartender, and he was like, "Yo, it ain't us.
Our location is safe.
Like we got this shit on lock, baby." Like, you know. So I don't know, man. If you had to call it, dude. Like I don't know, burger joints wise, you think In-N-Out takes the fucking take, dude?
I hate to admit it because it reminds me of California. But I mean, I'm a cheap ass. I like it was good, it was fucking cheap, and it was like, it's the only goddamn burger I can think of that actually looks like the picture on the menu.
Yes.
And that does speak.
That is one thing that I'll say is they are consistent everywhere I've been to an In-N-Out. It's never changed. It's always been the same consistently, you know? And it's like, it just tasted fresher. Like the vegetables, the bread, all it didn't taste like you go to McDonald's, like I eat like a fucking Big Mac at McDonald's. I feel like the bread's made out of like plastic.
It is. I will literally starve before I eat McDonald's, dude.
Dude, I feel like such a piece of shit if I eat it, man. Yeah, but there's like sometimes you're just like running late or you're hungover or whatever.
I will go hungry. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna eat that shit,
dude. We making this the official Dumpster Diaries fucking stance, dude. We're writing off McDonald's.
I mean, I've written it off for years, dude. I ain't gonna eat that shit. I hate McDonald's.
But I don't know. I'll eat In-N-Out burger. I'll eat it any fucking day, dude.
I'll eat that shit too. Yeah,
that's good. That's good. You can tell they actually give a shit. You know, like that's the difference.
I will say, have you ever eaten at a fucking Steak and Shake?
No, but I've heard great things.
They're fucking good, man. And their goddamn milkshakes are they have so many different flavors, and they are good as fuck.
I think I saw one when I was in London, England.
There's one when I lived in Colorado, there was one there, and I used to eat there. Like I didn't, because you know me, I don't like fucking going out to eat, but dude, I would eat the one. I would eat that shit. It was good.
So I've heard Steak and Shake is really good. What I'm thinking of is Shake Shack.
Oh yeah, I've never eaten there.
Yeah. I saw one of that's what I saw in London because I went to go see the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child or whatever live theater or whatnot.
Oh okay.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, we're not gonna go down the HP. Like, we're doing too much on this pod. All right, we're giving like the diehard coons who actually watch this shit. All right, because
we're giving a little insight into our lives, man.
We gotta say some shit for the Patreon, like content that we're developing and stuff, you know. But like, yeah, but the real coons know what's up, man. And I think In-N-Out takes the take, man. I think. I don't know. I like it, man. I like the old school West Coast vibe too, man. Like it's not. I don't have a problem with like California. Imagine Cali in like the 80s or like early 90s. I would have been like, fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, imagine anywhere in the 80s or 90s.
Dude, especially we talked about old man.
Imagine Dallas in the 80s, dude. Supposedly Dallas in the 80s was fucking bad.
I've heard some fucking
Dallas in the 80s was crazy.
Fuck, man. Do you ever feel like you're born a generation too late or a generation too early?
I don't know, man. I would like to visit those generations, like whenever time travel becomes a thing, man.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
But anyway, do you want to go back and talk about Justin Timberlake for like 2 seconds before we move on to our next shit? All right, so I will say this. DUIs, all right, so obviously that dude didn't hurt anyone, didn't damage anything. So, you know, my stance is no victim, no crime. Should he been doing it? No, you're a fucking retard. Hire a fucking driver. You're obviously in the most expensive real estate in America, damn near the Hamptons. Get fucked, bitch. You can't afford a driver.
Yeah.
You know,
he's over there chugging other people's drinks and shit.
If I was worth like a fucking tenth of what you were worth, I'd be doing fucking coke off hookers' asses in the back of a limo, nonstop. Not really.
Not driving.
Yeah, not driving. I ain't hurt nobody, babe. That's all me. No. But I don't know. You know, I mean, like, you know, he got caught, man. And then like
it does annoy me the fact, which I don't know if he said it, but they were saying like the cop was young, he didn't even recognize Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Dude, like fuck you, he's doing his job,
dude,
man.
The MSM,
like, get out of here.
The MSM, like mainstream media, dude, like they're coming after that cop now. I've been seeing that. They keep calling him a rookie. They said he was over ambitious in his career. I'm like, he's a young kid, man.
For doing his job.
For doing it. At the end of the day, like,
it doesn't matter who you
Timberlake broke the fucking law,
yeah.
man. Like, you know, like, come on. You know, so, but I don't know. I guess Timberlake was just a little upset about his ticket sales or something for his new tour.
But I mean, realistically, I don't know. If you're a Justin Timberlake fan, is it gonna affect your opinion of him because he got a DUI? I don't see why it would.
No.
I mean, I guess if you're Britney, you hold a 20-year grudge over the dude.
Yeah. Obviously, crazy bitches be crazy now, and they don't let shit go easily, man.
Sure.
So, yeah, no doubt.
But I don't know. I would think if anything, that would probably help his ticket sales.
Yeah,
I mean, it's how I found out it was on tour.
I mean, it's clearly helped Trump's campaign getting some charges,
Racking the millions in. Maybe he's gonna sponsor fucking.
But I feel like everyone. This is gonna go bad. This is gonna go down to something bad. But I feel like everyone gets one DUI. Like, you know what I mean? Like a .09, like whatever. Like,
I mean,
you just had a bad night.
Check out Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, I'm talking about like this scenario, like no property damage, no
nobody died.
Yeah, no one got hurt, like
Killed.
You know what I mean? Like, so maybe
murder.
You were just doing 4 over, you were doing 64 into 60 is all I'm saying.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
Look out! God damn it. Fuck you, man. I was trying to make a fucking good point. I was gonna say everyone gets one, a scot-free one, where it's like, okay, nothing really happened, but once you get on 2, then you gotta start asking questions. You gotta be like, all right, what's going on here?
Before you know, you're blowing into your car to start the motherfucker.
But what sucks? And like, I've known tons of, dude, we're from Texas. Drinking and driving is like a fucking national pastime down
It's like
here.
learning to ride a bike, dude.
I remember growing up, dude, like adults that I would be with, like dudes or whatever, like whether it's like, parent figures, like uncles or whatever, shit like that, old cousins or whatever.
Grandpa.
Yeah. And they would just stop by gas stations and get like a tall boy and get like an empty styrofoam cup, and they would just pour it in there in the park, like at the gas station, and like, fucking top it off, and they would literally be drinking beer while like driving down the road and shit.
My old boss, she would always get a fucking Seagram 7 and Coke was her drink of choice, and she would go to Sonic, get a goddamn cup of ice, and just fill that bitch, and just everywhere she was going all day, every day. Seagram 7 and Coke.
I never had Seagram 7. Is it any good?
Not really. I mean,
is it gin or is it vodka?
No, it's like it's dark. It's like whiskey, I think.
Like a cognac kind of thing?
Yeah, more. Well, no, not a cognac. I would say it's dark. I don't.
Because it's Seagram 7, right?
Yeah.
So like, because I've always heard like people like, give me a 7 and 7, like
7
Seagrams and then like a 7
up,
but I've never had it or whatever. That was always like a Guido thing too. Like the only people I ever saw like doing that shit, like they were all like Italians that I was hanging out with. Not like they were like Italian Americans, but they were like like the Guides, the Wops or whatever.
GTL, man. Jersey Shore.
Hey man, like being in the military, dude, you get to meet some interesting people, dude.
Sure.
Because it'd be guys from like literally from like Brooklyn and shit, like, and it'd be next to dudes outside of Houston, Texas, like, all right, like, what's up? So some of them listen to this show, dude. What's up, you fucking greasy wops? But anyway,
the boardwalk, bitches.
I don't want to say my buddy's name, but he actually does listen to this shit, so he's probably laughing his ass off right now. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I think Timberlake pays a fine, driver's license suspended. It's fair.
Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah.
It's not even a big deal.
Okay, now he is gonna have to hire a driver.
Oh, dude!
Yes,
it's like,
no choice.
Like, dude, you were already gonna be there. You fucking retard. Holy shit, dude!
That's the silver lining, man. This is his wake-up call. He's gonna hire a driver. He's never gonna drive again. Yeah. He's good to go.
I still can't believe that crazy bitch Britney Spears is up his ass.
Yeah.
Old knife fucking chick. God damn. You can see the video. They first. She's unhinged, man. Like, like I know we've had our exes in the past and some of them been crazy, but like that's certified.
I mean, dude, she's got that child star lifestyle, man. Like she was brought up at a young age doing all that shit.
What, it's like Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, like anyone that they're all fucked.
There's only three that I can think of that are like normal.
Who?
The main one is Hillary Duff.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But
Hillary Duff.
She got out early and had a family and was like, "I'm done with this shit."
She's and Avril Lavigne. She's like relatively normal.
Yeah, but that bitch died years ago. Everyone knows that.
She died. What are you talking about? She's a clone?
Yeah, you hadn't heard the conspiracy theory?
No.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne fucking died like a decade ago. and they replaced her with a body double.
I mean, they did that with Kodak Black and Gucci Mane.
Hey man, I'm just trying to open your fucking third eye, dude. That's all it is.
Oh man.
No, it's a real thing. Look at it, and then like you can compare and contrast like the photos. Like it doesn't look like the same person. I'm sure it's like plastic surgery and shit, but you know.
Well, the same shit was said about Kodak Black and Gucci Mane too. So.
Hey man, whatever. Who's the third one? I'm just curious.
Oh,
is it Hillary?
Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera.
Remember, she was crazy whenever she was younger, but she actually.
Really?
She coasted out. Like, she's normal now. She's still, like, she's doing good for herself.
I'm kind of surprised she's still alive. I'm surprised any of these people are still alive.
True, man. True. I feel like I don't know. There's plenty of crazy-ass women. I feel like that shit hits the men hard. Like,
yeah,
they take that shit, they get crazy with it, and then they just drive themselves into the ground.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I mean, how would you react, dude? Like, you're young.
Fuck
you
no.
Literally have everything you could ever imagine.
Dude, I'm 33 and I can't have that kind of power.
I know, man. So imagine if you were like 16. Like, shit's...
Be having like, dude, it would just be like fucking insane. Let me be worth 100 million tomorrow, dude. Like, and watch, I'll be dead inside of a year, dude. Like, my ascent to greatness has to be a slow crawl, dude. Like, all right, I had to like. You
can't just rocket into stardom, is what you're saying.
it's like when you go to the like fucking like you got a fish tank at the house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when you go to like the pet store and you get like a new fish and they put it in the bag and then you gotta put the bag.
You gotta slowly.
Yeah,
fucking...
you gotta put the bag in the tank and let him like adjust to like the temperature.
Acclimate.
Acclimate to temperature. Yeah, that's me. I'm the fish in the bag. Everything else in the tank is just like cocaine and hookers.
So if you like woke up the next day and won the lottery, I'd be like putting that shit in a fucking box and like just dole you out a few thousand here and there, progressively giving you more and more money throughout the.
See how he handles this. Just give him a sip, you know. So
here's 10 grand. I'm gonna come back and check on you in 3 days. See what happens.
Oh man, fuck. You want to move on to our next subject?
Yeah, this is interesting as well.
All right, man. So Zins, dude. Yeah. So I'm a fan of nicotine. You don't use nicotine at all.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I recently just got off some nicotine, but. It's a hard struggle, man, because I'm using old school tobacco, but Zins is a tobacco-free nicotine product. It's just a pouch you put in your mouth. It's like kind of like dipping pouches, but the big thing is no tobacco, right?
It's just straight nicotine and...
Yeah, and with all the turmoil in the Middle East and all the crazy debauchery that's happening around the world and instability, Chuck Schumer, for whatever reason, found banning Zins is a #1 priority for him. Go fucking figure. But
he's like, how can I make the average middle class working man pissed off today?
Yeah. So they're coming after Zins hardcore, and there was federal legislation that came down during the Obama administration where they really like went after flavored tobacco, things that specifically could be targeted towards children, right? So that's like back in the day, like Camel had all those lines of like, this is like a blueberry cigarette. This is a cherry. That's why you don't see those anymore or whatever. And but Zins, because they're a tobacco-free product that has nicotine inserted into it, right? I don't know if it's synthesized or it actually comes from a natural source. I wouldn't be surprised if it was synthesized.
I would figure nicotine, it would be. Yeah.
You know. But anyway, chemist come out for like 2 seconds, But so they're trying to treat Zins like it is a tobacco product.
But Zyn technically found a loophole.
They did. And the thing is, I don't know, here at Dumpster Diaries Podcast, we always take a fucking more libertarian approach, dude. We believe in freedom of choice, dude. And it's just like, I don't know, you want to stop the people?
You want to stop Zins, but hundreds of thousands of fucking fentanyl pills are still getting across the border every goddamn day.
Dude, we're making that shit in this country, dude. We make fentanyl patches in this country. But anyway, fuck this shit.
And I gotta say this too, man. So, really pissed off about Zyn, but yet the children are eating goddamn flaming hot Cheetos. Man, yeah. I guarantee you that shit has equal terrible chemicals in there for you.
Oh, there's
all the food, the processed bullshit that we're allowed to eat, man.
There's an oil that's in Cheetos and Fritos. It's like super bad for you.
I mean, They're a good fire starter, literally.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that's the oil that's in it. Like, fuck, man, I'm just trying to remember the name of it. But yeah, apparently it's like really fucking.
I think it's called like cancer sauce or something.
cancer sauce. But anyway, man, let's watch this fucking video, and then we'll fuck up the people who are fucking up Zins, or trying to at least.
Would like to quit, with more than half making an attempt in the past year.
But new research suggests a popular new product may not be as helpful in that effort as many smokers may think. So we're bringing in Dr. Frank McGeorge to kind of explain exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so we're talking about oral nicotine pouches. That's a new product that's being marketed as a smoke-free, tobacco-free alternative to cigarettes. Now, they've become increasingly popular since hitting the market in 2016 because they have fewer known carcinogens and they can be used indoors where smoking is banned. But they may not be as effective as they claim.
Kicking a nicotine addiction is far from easy.
Cigarettes are the most dangerous way to consume nicotine, and any smoker who's having a hard time quitting should consider other methods of nicotine delivery to reduce their cancer risk.
Pre-portioned oral pouches containing nicotine, flavorings, artificial sweeteners, and other chemicals are an emerging alternative to smoking that has skyrocketed in popularity.
Over the last few years, they've actually grown at a rate of 8% per month.
A new study by the Center for Tobacco Research at Ohio State finds nicotine pouches may not be the ideal answer for smokers looking to quit.
And you'll have this pouch in for 30 minutes.
Researchers observed as participants either smoked a cigarette or used oral pouches with various amounts of nicotine and found the pouches failed to curb cravings.
Cigarettes usually spike your nicotine after about 5 minutes of smoking. Nicotine pouches, it's a much more gradual process, like other smokeless tobacco products, where it takes 30 to 60 minutes to reach your peak.
The study results raise concerns that smokers who opt for oral pouches may just increase their nicotine intake. Sales show non-smokers are trying nicotine pouches as well. Experts worry they may result in increased nicotine addiction for teens.
And we're seeing more and more flavored products enter the market. We know that flavors are really appealing to young people. So limiting flavors in nicotine pouches is one approach that could reduce their appeal.
Now, researchers continue to closely monitor sales data and marketing efforts to prevent the use of nicotine pouches by teens and young adults.
That's what it is, man. It's big tobacco. They're pissed.
Yeah.
They're not making money off of it.
I bet my left nut Zen does not fucking pay anyone in Congress like for lobbyists.
Yeah, they don't have lobbyists up there.
I bet that's what it is, dude. And big tobacco's like, get them out, get them out.
Same thing with fucking weed, man. The hemp. They were like, timber industry. They ain't paying for that shit. Fuck out of here.
It's like, dude, like, fuck off, man. Like, if I'm 33 years old. If I want to take fucking 3 milligrams of nicotine that's flavored like mango, that's my goddamn right, dude. Kiss my ass, dude. And it's just, I don't know, dude. Like, I just feel...
It's a money thing, dude, because I guarantee you none of these motherfuckers care about our health.
Not at all, man. If anything, they want us probably sicker because I was reading some shit. Dude, have you read the conspiracy about the fucking, not the military industrial complex, it was the...
Big Pharma?
The health industrial complex. You heard that fucking term?
Some of it, yeah.
It's bigger than our military. Apparently that's what fucking runs and drives America is the health and industrial complex.
Well, the food lobbyists, as far as like sugar and processed, they are the biggest lobbyists out of everything. They're bigger than the military industrial complex. They're bigger than fucking like anything else.
Jesus,
they're pushing
Christ,
that shit,
man. So I don't know. It's just like anytime someone starts to kind of like rise up and doesn't want to play ball with the mainstream, it's like, oh, they're bad, and they're like, teens are gonna get addicted. Here's a fucking reality check, man. The entire time I was underage, before fucking cell phones, before the fucking internet was a big thing, I could get fucking beer, I could get cigarettes, I could get weed, I could even get fucking pills, all that stupid shit if I wanted to, right?
And you know what? Nobody that I knew that smoked underage smoked flavored anything. It was fucking Marlboros and fucking Ret Cools and like regular ass like cigarettes.
Like, if they want to do it, they're gonna do it. So I'd rather it just be fucking regulated, because if you don't fucking regulate it and have it like sitting on a shelf like a standard product, then the black market comes into play. And we saw that shit starting to pop up with like the K2, Spice,
K2, 100%.
And then everybody was like, holy shit, this is literally making people eat people's faces off. We can't do this. It's like, yeah, because your laws fucking suck, dude. Like, leave us the fuck alone. Zins, dude, Zins, man. Like, that's the last saving grace in America. That's it. Zins fails, America fails. Sponsor us. Dumpster Diaries Podcast. Come on, guys.
I don't do that shit, but fuck it. I'll jam a couple of them bitches in my mouth for the show. Like,
We should just email them and be like, hey, like, we stand with you. So the thing is, like, the reason why because I picked this topic to bring up. Sorry. And the reason why I did is because Zen has officially, as of the airing of this episode, stopped 100% of their national online sales because they got subpoenaed from some fucking attorney in Washington, D.C.
From probably Big Tobacco.
Probably sucking Big Tobacco's dick, man. And it was like a federal fucking dude. So it's like, who appointed this cocksucker? You know what I mean? Like, look into that shit, you know? Because anytime... All right, so fuck Chuck Schumer. Did you see that clip of that dude talking about Zens?
No. The clip of Chuck Schumer talking about? No.
They had just approved like a shit ton of money for like Ukraine. He was a big proprietor of this, right?
Yeah.
And like they were catching a fuck ton of backlash. So then he just came out and he had like a pack of Zens and he was like, "This is a major." He made like a whole
this is killing our kids.
He made a whole like press conference where he just talked about that to try to like
and deviated the conversation.
Yeah, and he's a fucking piece of shit. And like the thing is, like Chuck Schumer, dude, it's not the fact that he's a Democrat. It's because he's Chuck Schumer. He's a piece of shit.
Like,
get that.
Doesn't matter what side you're on. Chuck Schumer's a shitbag.
Yeah, dude, he's like one of those fucking legacy Congress dudes. And it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't know, man. Like, but anytime that motherfucker like gets behind something, an ideology, I'm like, there's a catch-22.
Yeah, you know it's crooked.
Bad fucking news, man. That shit is not gonna work for us, dude. Shit is not cool, man. And so, just a throwback to one of our shorts. But like, fucking, yeah, man. Like, I don't know. So like, when Chuck Schumer's like, "Don't do this," I'm like, well, fuck it. I might as well fucking do it. You know? I don't know. That was a fucking rant from hell. But Zens cannot fail, dude. Like, that's our right as fucking Americans. I get things have to be regulated. They have to be safe. And you have to, like, obviously, I mean...
It blows my mind how they pick stupid shit to be mad about whenever there's such other issues that are entirely
fucking issues
more
and problems in the country, dude. And it's just like, what the absolute fuck,
How about
man?
worry about our goddamn border?
Yeah.
Like,
how about worry about those hundreds of billions of dollars you sent in the last 2 years to fucking between Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan,
Kenya.
Kenya. Like, you know, like, come on, man. You know? And it's like, you can't even fucking fix the roads in this country, dude. Like, don't even talk about the power grid barely fucking works in half this fucking country, too, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's falling apart. Like, it was built, like, by industrial giants and, like, when, like, capitalism really fucking roared, like, coming out of the 20s and the 40s, and then you had the Reconstruction and all this shit, like, overseas in Europe, brought in a bunch of fucking money and shit, and, like, there was a lot of expansion and globalism, but the fucking reality is, this last generation before us has let that fucking slip because they got comfortable.
Well, now they don't want to pay for it anymore. They're like, this is like, we're getting all this money. We don't want to use it on anything. We want it for ourselves instead of using it as they're supposed to and fucking rebuilding and revitalizing all the other shit that they're supposed to fucking do.
I don't know, man. I fucking leave Zens alone, man. Just leave Zens alone, dude. Like, I even agree. I can actually tell you this. I agree because some states have regulated the legal age of nicotine use, right? Like to buy cigarettes, buy dip.
Like Texas is 21.
21 and up. I can actually agree with that because a lot of, like, even the lungs and the brain isn't even fully well, the brain really, but your body's still developing at 18, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, stretch it to 21. Sure, man.
I mean, plus you can't drink until you're 21. Fuck it. Drinking's more fun than smoking anyway, so I don't give a fuck.
Which is funny because out of the 5 years I lived in Germany, fucking, you know, the drinking age there was 16, and they have a hell of a lot less issues.
Yeah,
with
but
that
they know
shit.
how. Like, Americans just can't handle anything like that, dude.
But
like,
the legal age to drive is 18 there.
Yeah, but they can't.
Funny how that works. We do it opposite. We're like, nah, you drive and then you learn how to drink. Here we're like, nah, you drink, or like, or like, you know, vice versa, or whatever. Like here we're like, oh, you drive, then you learn how to drink. And then over there they're like, no, you drink, then you learn how to drive. Yeah.
That's because they're already by the time they're 18, they're already comfortable drinking.
Well,
they're
they already know. They already know, like, hey, like, 4 beers is gonna put me under, like, you know. Versus like here we're like, congratulations, you're 21.
12-pack of Twisted Tea to the head. Fuck yeah.
I'm so glad you can make it out for your 21st birthday. Woo! What do you want to drink? You know, and it's just like, how you getting home? I don't know. I'll figure it out. And then you turn into Justin Timberlake.
That's right.
That's how it happens. And then next thing you know, you're selling out arenas.
Drinking other people's drinks.
Oh, man. I don't know. Do you want to talk about the next subject, man? We need to at least, like,
we got to touch on it.
Yeah, all right, let's pull up the next video, man, and we'll go on.
Overnight, Russian President Vladimir Putin was welcomed on a red carpet by Kim Jong-un and lavished with the warmth of a good friend, even debating over who would be first to get into Kim's luxury car that incidentally was a gift from Putin. The two leaders, outcast and isolated, have been drawn closer by the war in Ukraine, now reaching a strategic partnership agreement after meeting one-on-one for 2 hours. During the visit, projecting unity, side by side, walking past soldiers, horses, and crowds of children. The State Department said Tuesday that North Korea had unlawfully provided 11,000 containers of munitions to Russia.
North Korea is providing significant munitions to Russia.
Tension between Moscow and Washington is at a high, with Americans still being held in Russia, including Paul Whelan and Evan Gershkovich, who the State Department consider wrongfully detained. And just today, a U.S. soldier, Gordon Black, was sentenced to nearly 4 years in a penal colony on charges of theft and assault filed by a woman he traveled to Russia to see. For Putin, his last visit to North Korea was 24 years ago to meet Kim's father. Today, he told the younger Kim he was impressed with how Pyongyang had changed. Since then, Putin's position in the world has changed too. The visit revealing how dependent he is on Russia's few partners.
The fanfare song.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, so that Putin gave Kim Jong-un a bulletproof limo from Russia. That was the car gift. And then I saw another video. They were like taking turns driving it around and shit, like some dash cam, like comedy type shit, man.
Dude, I saw that clip.
It's funny.
I ain't gonna lie. It kind of looked like that skit show comedians getting.
Dude, the taxi one?
What? No, which the comedians driving to get coffee. There's a podcast where like it's literally like the host is driving and then he picks up comedians and they go get like, a cup of coffee and they just talk shit and there's cameras all in there and stuff. Like everyone's like Tony Hinchcliffe's done it, Steve-O's done it, Tom Green's done it.
I know
like,
what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny that like. So,
I mean, we are making light of the situation when it's super serious, but just the way that it's portrayed is funny as fuck.
Okay, all right. Is it fair? All right, how do I start this? Is it fair to call Putin a dictator?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just using layman terms. Technically, no, he's not.
But on paper, I guess.
On paper, because it's a democracy, right? But where he's won in a landslide every time, but
or else.
Yeah, who saw that coming? But I just thought it was funny. So Putin's like, "Oh, here's my gift to you. Like, here's this car," and then him and Kim are like. They're just like going back and forth for a while. It seemed kind of awkward. Like, no, you get
He's
in.
like, no, you get in.
Right? And it's like, these are guys who have clearly killed people with car bombs in their lives, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and like Kim Jong-un famously, remember how he killed his uncle?
Yeah.
Like, he had that dude strapped to a fucking post in a field and then had a fucking goddamn fighter jet come and drop a fucking bomb on that dude. He was like vaporize that motherfucker, and he had all his generals and like all the people in his cabinet watch. It was like, this is what happens when you betray me, because his uncle was trying to like overthrow him and shit.
You want to fuck on me?
Yeah, you put fuck on me, I put fuck on you. More like Vietnamese than anything. You know? Yeah. I'm fairly good with the Asian accents. So, regardless of what I made look like, I did live there for a while. So, but yeah, man, like. And then it reminded me of another clip. It came out like, I don't know, like a year ago or so. Like Putin and like Kim Jong-un are meeting. Obviously, it's not North Korea. And
yeah, Kim went to Russia, I guess.
Probably. And then they're like toasting. You know, they're drinking champagne.
Yes.
And then they're both sitting there and they're like taking these photos, and then neither one wants to take the first sip.
Yeah, they're both just holding the cups, looking at each other.
Because it was poured out of the same bottle. So they're just waiting on the other to take it, because it's just like that's such a mind fuck to live. Like, be like, oh.
They're like, all right, on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
Throw it over your shoulder. You know, like, oh.
Like, oh, you didn't do it.
Because, you know, like, Putin's got to be like, you can't trust these people, secluded as fuck.
Yeah, and they were thinking the same thing about him.
And then, like, Kim Jong-un's probably like, yo, that dude was ex-KGB.
Because, you know,
fuck that.
Dude, you know? Yeah, their lives, like, they have to live, like, constantly looking over their shoulder, like, thinking someone's out to get them.
Dude, you know what's fucking crazy? This is the craziest shit. This is a true fact. There's an entire fake, like, subway, like, train or whatever, right? In Russia, and there's entire, like, railroad systems that it's a part of. Like, it's an operating train. The only passenger that's allowed on it is Putin.
Oh, shit.
And so he'll take it, but he won't say anything. Like, he'll have like a couple of guards with him or whatever, and that's like his train to get around the country. Sometimes he'll go by like plane, and he'll like intentionally be like, "Oh, I'm getting on this plane," then he'll get on like a different one, or whatever.
Or
like,
take the fucking train.
And it's every day is just the constant like switch up or whatever, and it's like, fuck, dude. Like, God, that's gotta be so fucking stressful. Like non-stop. Like, I bet that dude has
always on guard, dude.
Diarrhea every day.
Yeah, he's got to.
You know, he's like a bad version of James Bond.
Oh, and another funny thing. So Putin's gift to Kim was the limo, and then Kim's gift to Putin was a fancy tea set and a dagger.
What kind of fucking message is that sending, dude? Like,
I mean, from the Korean perspective, I'm sure that was a nice gesture. You know what I mean?
The Koreans like tea, like anything that's like centered around like being at a table. But the dagger's what throws me off.
I mean, it's probably a badass blade. Putin was like, "Hell yeah." He's like, "Let me test it on one of your people."
Well, I don't know. That kind of reminds me. I remember reading a book about the Red Army, not the Red Army, the Red Mafia, where it was like the Russian mob essentially, and it was like in the 70s or 80s in New York. God damn it, what was the name of that book? Anyway, they talked about like prison tattoos. This is back when I went through like my crazy like reading about extremists and stuff like phase, and they talked about like prison tattoos, and the reason why the Russians are like super tatted is because it's literally their resume. Like in America, we use it to define like I'm a part of this group, but like in Russia, it's not necessarily being a part of a group. It's more of
like I've done this.
This image represents what I do.
Yeah.
Like I can crack. Like I think one that I saw was like if you have like a bear, right? Like a grizzly bear or whatever. Like that means you're a safe cracker. Like you can like do so you can look at people's tattoos and be like, I can work with.
If I went over there, I would just get killed instantly.
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
Which
you're done.
I went to a.
They'd have me wearing lipsticks. They'd be like virgin skin. Oh yeah. Can you do a Russian accent? I can't do one. Like I don't know.
I can, but I gotta practice off camera.
Mine comes out like German more than anything.
Yeah, I went to Estonia one time, and I like toured an abandoned prison, and the like tourist was, or the not the tourist, but the fucking guide was like talking about all the tattoos and shit, and he was like looking at mine, because most of mine are just like random weird shit
like,
that don't mean
artistic
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, like don't mean anything at all. He was like your shit. He was like, you don't have anything on you that's like affiliated with anything else.
Yeah,
but
well, like I remember like reading in that book, like the dagger specifically was murder for hire.
Oh, okay.
So that could be symbolic, and if that's what Kim Jong-un was trying to tell Putin, that's. Dog, fuck those guys, but that's kind of gangster, dude. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, they essentially they did create an alliance.
Yeah.
Basically saying like if either one of our countries is attacked, then we will come to your aid.
Yeah. Which is like kind of fucking alarming, you know, like considering those are both nuclear capable countries.
And now they're like, they're like threatening shit on South Korea again, because you know anytime anything happens in North Korea, South Korea goes into like lockdown. Like we need to start getting.
We
ready
both
for
know that very well.
Yeah,
and
unfortunately, that shit sucks. Yeah,
it sucks, dude. It's like
talk about working 12s and being locked down, man. That shit
like
sucks.
No alcohol, no one's leaving the base.
Yeah,
like
really puts a damper on our fun time over there.
But like, I don't know, man. I kind of like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's not surprising with the way like our current administration has been handling world affairs.
To be honest, it's pretty much to be expected.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that's missing now is for fucking Xi Jinping to join in with them and Iran, I guess.
That fucking happens.
Which I mean, realistically,
that's checkmate
Russia
on
and
board.
China have very close ties. They probably just haven't came out.
They do, but I think they actually fucking hate each other.
I mean, what is it? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Yeah, I think ideologies wise or whatever. I think they fucking hate.
But they bond on their mutual hate for America.
Yeah,
or the West, the West in general.
Okay, like we'll take these guys out eventually. Then you and I will figure this out.
I can see that. Yeah.
One of us is gonna fucking win the end of this. Well, it's like if you look into like just going into like my poli sci like major or whatever or background at least with it, there's a thing called power transition theory, and essentially, long story short, it talks about powers that like countries like hold or whatever in the world, all over the world, and so it actually states that by 2050, there's going to be a major shift. Like America will not be number one, and a lot of things are pointing towards it being China. And then Russia would be number 2, and then America would fall in number 3. And that's a dark fucking world you want to live in. You know, and it's like crazy when you realize, like, dude, we're going to be like in our mid-50s when that happens. So we're going to see like the birth of the internet, like the rise of all this fucking social media, all this cool shit, all this industrial stuff, like all these
AI.
technological innovations. Yeah, like colonizing.
And they just get blasted to the Stone Age.
You just get blasted into the fucking Stone Age, dude. You know?
I mean, it's sad to think about, but it's a harsh reality, man. And I feel like
but it's like
I don't feel like that's like too crazy to like think.
Because look at the state of America. Look at the average young person in America. When I say young, I mean like someone 40 and under. Okay,
Yeah.
I say young, like, you know, on the first half of their life. Let's put it that way. You know, I mean, just look at the comments, dude. Like, when we post, like, some, like, basically fuck Russia, like, short or whatever, like, everyone, like, how many people come in there swarming? They're like, how could you be surprised? America is the aggressor. Like, all this horrible shit America has done. Like, it's coming. Like, you deserve it kind of thing. And it's just like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? You just want to be, God damn it.
I mean,
fuck.
I get it from the
what
Muslims.
are we at? An hour and, like, 10 roughly? God damn it. Fuck it. We're going long, dude. We're going long.
I get it from the Muslims because they hate us from a religious perspective, and we're never gonna change that shit. But the other people, like, they realistically don't have a reason to hate us.
No, yeah.
I mean,
you know,
just like we don't have a reason to hate the citizens of those other countries.
And the thing is, America really doesn't, dude.
No.
You know, and like we're actually really fucking cool about a lot of fucking shit. But what the people I'm talking about are our own fucking young citizens, man, that are just like it's almost like a victim mentality. Like, it goes back to that victim ideology where it's just like, I gotta stand for what's right. I have to have something to fight because you don't have real problems.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, and it's just like, what's the easiest thing to do is rebel against your parents, right? So, like, if you're like a young adult, like in a society as great as America, yeah, fucking Uncle Sam's your daddy, dude. So you want to fucking fight him or whatever. So he could just be like, clean your room. Be like, fuck you. I ain't gonna clean my room.
Queers
like,
for Palestine.
Yeah, and it's literally, that's how you know, with Queers for Palestine. Like, for example, like, you know, it does not make any fucking sense, dude. You know, and it becomes so crazy. I don't know.
But it's like, what? Shane Gillis says this shit. He's like, once you grow old enough, you become a Republican, or you're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah. There's some truth in that.
There
shit.
really is,
like,
man.
You know, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty liberal in a lot of ways, man. But like, there's like some things where I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about right now?
I'm all about self-preservation, dude. I'm worried about me and the people I give a shit about. The other people, man, dude, I don't give a fuck.
I was about 30 when it fucking hit me. When I was just like, okay, like maybe my society, maybe my country isn't right 100% of the time. It's kind of when I realized, like, yeah, we might have fucked up in the past. We're probably going to fuck up in the future. We're probably fucking up right now in a lot of ways. But in a lot of ways, we've done the greatest shit in the entire world.
But
you know
again,
what I mean?
We love our country, not a fan of our government.
Yeah,
so,
you know, yeah. So, like, I mean, well, I would say hypercritical of our government, you know, because I still have faith in, like, the fundamental backbone of our government.
Okay.
Like, you know, but I don't know, man. Like, you know, it's just and there was something like around like you were talking about earlier, like, you know, around the age of 30, I kind of was like, even with all these issues, which are like not that crazy compared to the rest of the world, dog, at the end of the day, I'll take my quality of life in America over my quality of life in any country, any fucking day. Dude, it's like, you know.
But again, like, which we talked about it a million times, but we have the advantage of we've been all over the fucking world. We've been
we've seen
more,
it, yeah.
like we've been to
shit.
Tons of other countries.
Been in the shit, goddamn.
Yeah.
You know, literally.
Yeah.
It's like, you know. And so, like,
so it's like the people that have never fucking left America and hate it.
No.
That pisses
I think it's
me
like
off,
the
but they're
same-
just fucking stupid.
It's like the same people you see, like, in the Hamptons, and they're just like, no, we need to let all the migrants over the
They're
border.
out of touch with reality.
It's like, whoa. They're like,
are they going to stay with you? Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, or they'll be like, I've been to Mexico. It's like, hold up, a cruise to Cozumel.
Like, you went to Cancun, bitch. Like, you never left the goddamn luxury hotel.
Go to fucking Juarez?
Yeah.
Like, you know, go see that shit? Yeah.
Go to Chihuahua, Mexico? Dude, you ain't making it out of there. Like, fuck out of here.
Although I hear Veracruz is actually really nice. Yeah, the state in Mexico. I hear it's actually really, really nice beaches. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, you know, and they're so fucking out of touch and like,
because again, the shit that they're saying probably sounds good on paper, but that's not reality. That's not how shit works.
What's that old saying that's like communism sounds great on paper, but oh no, socialism. Socialism works on paper, but doesn't work in reality.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's funny when we get corrected too, like in the comments or whatever, like the various platforms we post on or whatever, like. You know, we'll talk about America being a democracy, and people will be like, technically, it's not a democracy. Yeah. Like, you know, like, I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Just
you
like, technically, Putin isn't a dictator, but here we are. Like,
here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. So, I don't know. You want to wrap it up, man? Yeah, I know we went a little long on this one, but it was well worth it, dude.
Things need to be said. Fuck it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
After all of that. Our final thoughts should be left with positivity.
That's where I thought you were just going to go on another subject. I was like, all right, let's go, man. Fuck it. We have a long-ass pod today. No, man, as always, man, the world's in turmoil. It's crazy. Right now, it's election year. Always this shit happens election years. So
try to laugh about stuff whenever you can.
Yeah, you get two choices in life, man. I'm a firm believer in that. You can either fucking laugh or be pissed off, dude. And
don't get mad about shit you can't control.
I choose to laugh. But, guys, as always, hang in there and stay positive.